What if I told you that the most powerful prayers aren't the long, complicated ones, but the simple words you dared to speak out loud? It sounds almost too easy, right? Yet heaven responds to phrases as short as, "Yes, Lord," or "I trust you." The shocking truth is, you don't need perfect eloquence to invite the Spirit. You just need a surrendered heart and faith words spoken with honesty. Here's the part most people never realize. Silence can keep you stuck, but declarations of faith break spiritual barriers wide open. Think about it. Fear has a voice. Doubt has a voice. But what about your voice of faith? The moment you whisper, "Come, Holy Spirit," or "Have your way," the atmosphere around you begins to shift. This isn't theory, it's reality. So let me ask you, which phrase speaks most to your heart? "Yes, Lord," "I trust you," or "Come, Holy Spirit"? Drop it in the comments below. Your response might be the very encouragement someone else needs today. When someone whispers, "Yes, Lord," it's not just a phrase, it's a door swinging wide open to the presence of God. Words like, "I trust you," "Speak, Lord," and "Have your way" act like keys unlocking spiritual intimacy that many people are longing for but don't always know how to reach. They're not empty words, they're faith words that carry weight in the unseen realm. Think about it. Children don't hesitate to say, "Help me," to their parents. In the same way, these declarations invite the Spirit to step closer. The power behind "invite the Spirit" is that it changes the posture of the heart. When someone says, "Come, Holy Spirit," it's not ritual, it's relationship. These spiritual invitations reframe the atmosphere of the room, shifting it from ordinary to sacred. Imagine a friend walking into your house only when you say, "Come in." That's exactly what these prophetic words do. Open the door for divine presence to dwell where you are. Even a simple declaration like, "I need you," can transform the entire direction of a day. These biblical declarations aren't magic formulas. They're reminders of trust, surrender, and communion with God. They align thought life with faith and bring clarity where confusion once lived. That's why spiritual breakthrough often starts with the tongue. It shapes the heart's posture. And from here, it leads to an even deeper theme: what true surrender really looks like. When someone says, "Have your way," it's like placing the steering wheel of life back in God's hands. It's not about losing freedom. It's about finding true direction. Spiritual intimacy grows when people choose surrender instead of control, because surrender unlocks peace. Think of it like carrying a heavy backpack all day, only to realize there's someone stronger beside you ready to lift it. Saying, "I forgive," or "I need you," is that moment of release. These declarations are always okay when we surrender to God. Then we can move into our devotional life. These are short sentences that practice being present with God.
The truth is, surrender isn't passive, it's active trust. Declarations of faith like "Yes, Lord," or "I trust you" shift a person's posture from anxiety to peace. This is what makes spiritual breakthrough possible. Someone who dares to say, "I let go," isn't giving up. They're stepping into divine presence. These worship words signal that they trust God more than their own strength, and that creates room for transformation through prayer. Even in everyday situations, traffic jams, deadlines, family stress, the heart posture of surrender can change everything. A whispered, "Holy Spirit, guide me," during chaos can reset the mind of Christ within. That's the beauty of inviting Holy Spirit with powerful words. It trains the heart to respond differently. And just when surrender feels like the final step, it actually becomes the gateway to an even greater reality: living by trust and active faith. To say "I trust you" is one of the boldest declarations a believer can make. It means trusting God even when the pieces don't add up, even when the answer hasn't arrived yet. Active faith isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about saying, "I trust you" in the middle of the storm. Think about walking across a bridge you've never tested before. Each step is faith, and the phrase itself is the steady handrail. Trusting God with those faith words changes the way a person sees life. Instead of panic at the unknown, there's confidence that His presence of God is steady and unshakable. A simple whisper like, "Yes, Lord, I'll wait," aligns the heart posture with heaven's timing. This is where declarations of faith become powerful words, shaping thought life and inviting Holy Spirit to take the lead. Even in daily choices, finances, relationships, future plans, faith words like "Speak, Lord," or "Guide me" act like a compass. They're not empty. They create spiritual intimacy through trust. Active faith declares that even if tomorrow looks uncertain, God is already there. And this kind of confidence naturally flows into the next step, recognizing His holiness and our absolute need for Him. When someone declares, "You are holy," or whispers, "Come, Holy Spirit," they're recognizing that life can't be sustained by human strength alone. These aren't just worship words, they're declarations of faith that confess dependence on divine presence. It's the awareness that without God's holiness, our own strength will eventually crumble. Just as lungs need air, the spirit needs communion with God to thrive. A phrase like, "I need you," is more than emotional language, it's spiritual reality. Those who live with this posture of the heart experience transformation through prayer and intimacy with the Spirit. Every invitation, every prophetic word like "Yes, Lord," or "Have your way," becomes a reminder that He is holy and we are the ones in need. This is not weakness, it's the foundation of strength. Even in ordinary rhythms, studying, working, raising children, acknowledging, "Holy Spirit, I need you," makes the difference between striving and resting in God. Recognizing His holiness reshapes thought life, bringing clarity where fear or distraction tried to rule. These powerful words shift spiritual communion from occasional moments to a lifestyle. And right there, when dependence becomes devotion, another door opens, intimacy that transforms from the inside out. The purpose of these declarations has never been about ritual. It's about transformation through intimacy with God. Saying "Yes, Lord," or "Have your way," or "I trust you," shifts the heart posture from surface religion to deep communion. Transformation through prayer isn't instant like flipping a switch. It's like planting seeds that slowly grow into trees of faith. The more someone invites Holy Spirit, the more spiritual breakthrough becomes a lived reality. This intimacy isn't reserved for pastors or prophets. It's for anyone who dares to use these faith words daily. When people whisper, "Come, Holy Spirit," while driving, cooking, or walking, they're opening themselves to divine presence in ordinary moments. Those simple worship words become a bridge between heaven and earth. And what starts as a habit soon becomes a lifestyle, marked by spiritual intimacy that reshapes the inner world. Transformation happens because intimacy with God reprograms thought life. Old fears lose their grip, clarity replaces confusion, and even anxieties fade in the presence of God. Declarations of faith, like "Speak, Lord," or "I need you," remind the heart that God is near and active. Over time, this spiritual communion develops resilience that no distraction or trial can shake. And when intimacy brings change inside, it naturally spills out into how someone lives, speaks, and even declares out loud. There's something powerful about speaking words out loud. Thoughts may inspire, but declarations of faith shape reality. When someone says "Yes, Lord," or "I trust you" with their own voice, it's as if the atmosphere shifts. The Bible itself teaches that life and death are in the power of the tongue. That's why inviting Holy Spirit isn't only about inward posture. It's about letting worship words break through the air and mark the space. Whispering, "Come, Holy Spirit," or "Have your way" may feel small, but these spiritual invitations are like planting flags in unseen territory. Every spoken declaration is a claim of trust God over fear, faith over doubt. It's the difference between silently hoping and boldly declaring. A child who says, "I'm not afraid because my dad is here," gains courage instantly. In the same way, declarations out loud awaken courage in the spirit. This is why prophetic words matter. Spoken faith words carry weight beyond the moment. Transformation through prayer doesn't just happen in silence, it's stirred when lips confess truth. A believer who says, "Speak, Lord," while alone in a quiet room may unlock the very breakthrough they've been waiting for. And once the tongue learns to declare God's presence daily, a lifestyle of spiritual communion takes root, preparing the heart for deeper journeys still unfolding. Now it's your turn. Don't just let these words stay on a screen, speak them, live them, and watch how the Holy Spirit transforms your thought life, your heart posture, and even your everyday decisions. Imagine what could change if "Yes, Lord" became your first response instead of fear or doubt. Which declaration will you start with today? "I trust you," "Have your way," or "Come, Holy Spirit." Be bold and write it in the comments, because your faith words can inspire someone else to step into breakthrough. Remember, transformation begins with the voice that dares to declare. And hey, don't leave without subscribing, liking this video, and hitting the notification bell. That way you'll never miss another chance to grow in spiritual intimacy and discover the power of biblical declarations that can reshape your entire life.